Many believers pray daily but see no results, not because God is silent, but because certain unseen spiritual principles are being violated. Prayer is not just speaking words. It is entering a divine conversation with the Holy One, and how you approach him matters. The first thing you must never do when praying is pray without faith. Hebrews 11 verse 6 makes this brutally clear. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. If you pray while secretly believing in your heart that nothing will change, your prayer becomes empty speech rather than spiritual petition. God does not respond to doubt-driven prayers. He responds to those who expect him to move. Faith is not hoping God might. Faith is knowing he will, according to his will. The second thing you must never do when praying is pray with unforgiveness in your heart. Jesus himself said in Mark 11 verse 25 that when you stand praying, forgive so that your Father may forgive you. Unforgiveness blocks spiritual flow. It is like spiritual static interfering with divine communication. You cannot ask God for mercy while refusing to extend mercy. Many believers are praying for breakthrough while holding grudges, bitterness, and offense. God does not ignore your prayer, but he waits for your heart to align with his nature, because he is love, and love cannot live where hatred is chosen. The third thing you must never do when praying is pray while living in willful sin. This does not mean you must be perfect to pray, but you must be repentant. Psalm 66 verse 18 says it plainly, "If I regard iniquity in my heart, the Lord will not hear me." Willful sin is not falling into weakness. It is choosing rebellion while asking God for favor. The fourth thing you must never do when praying is pray with wrong motives. James 4 verse 3 warns us that we ask and do not receive because we ask with selfish intentions. God is not a genie, and prayer is not a spiritual shopping list. When your prayer becomes centered only on what you want, what you need, what you desire, and not on who God is, you've turned conversation into transaction. The fifth thing you must never do when praying is doubt God's timing. Impatience has killed more spiritual breakthroughs than demons ever have. Many people pray, and when the answer does not come instantly or in the form they imagined, they assume God did not hear them. But God answers in three ways: yes, no, and not yet. Now listen closely. Your prayer life becomes powerful when faith replaces fear, forgiveness replaces bitterness, holiness replaces compromise, surrender replaces selfish motives, and trust replaces impatience. When you pray with faith, forgiveness, purity, right intention, and trust in God's timing, the atmosphere shifts, chains break, peace returns, and answers begin to manifest.